Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 8 of Aim to be a Pokemon Master titled, What Banette Is Looking For just dropped, and in this episode, there's a mystery with the Banette and a person of the past. What is it? Let's find out. We have a mysterious episode in our hands. As our heroes are walking through the city with Misty talking about this cute little heart-shaped clip she got, our heroes stumble upon a crime scene. A Pokemon has been going through the local neighborhood and terrorizing them, stealing heart-shaped items from them. When our heroes get involved and try to help Officer Jenny, they notice that it's a Banette. We then see that this Banette heads into an abandoned house with all of these heart-shaped items stolen to try them on its head, but none of it is what it wants. What it wants is something it can wear on its head like a heart-shaped clip Misty bought, and it wants to do that because it has an old picture with a little girl where it had that. However, nothing that it got there satisfies it, so it goes back out in the city. Since it got away, our heroes return to the local Pokemon Center hungry, and after they eat, they come back out at nighttime. As they're walking outside talking about the Banette, Ash spots the Banette on top of a building. The wind causes Banette to drop the image that it's holding, and it comes down to grab it when it sees Misty's heart-shaped hair clip and tries to go after it. It begins chasing Misty, and Ash tries to have Pikachu catch it using Electro Web, but it gets away. As it's getting away, Ash has his Gengar follow it to find its location. Gengar follows it only to lose it near the abandoned house that it goes inside. Meanwhile, Brock, Misty, and Ash discuss the picture it left and realize that it probably lost its heart-shaped hair clip like in the image and is looking for it. Gengar returns and it's unable to find Banette, so our heroes decide to look for it the next morning. This is where we get to learn about how the Banette came to be and why it's looking for a heart-shaped hair clip. In the past, at some point, a little girl put on a heart-shaped hair clip in her substitute doll. Later, the girl was moving from the house. However, when things were being moved around, the doll accidentally got left behind in the house. After a certain period of time, the substitute doll turned into a Banette, referring obviously to its Pokedex entries where abandoned doll becomes Banette, and it tried to look for its human friend, but without its hair clip, the little girl from before couldn't recognize it, so it's been searching for something that fits ever since. It's a sad story and all, but I'm trying to figure out why this family moved from this house only to completely abandon it instead of like selling it to someone like a normal family. They must have been loaded because they left this really nice looking house just old and decrepit. That's wild to me. Anyways, the next morning our heroes follow Gengar and they come across an abandoned house. Inside they find the collection of stolen heart-shaped items, and Ash calls for the Banette, shaking the photo it left behind around. Misty then gives it its heart-shaped clip to the Banette. The Banette becomes happy, and it goes to the town and stops the little girl and points at its hair clip. However, it turns out the little girl doesn't know it. Then it goes to another little girl, making it patently obvious that now they have to try to find its human from the image, which is a lot easier said than done. They try, they ask around until nighttime, but can't find it anywhere. The Banette is sad and flies away, and Gengar follows it. Gengar finds it sitting down on top of a train, sad, looking at the image, and Gengar tries to cheer it up, probably saying in its language that they'll eventually find its trainer, before the train that Banette's on starts leaving. Meanwhile, our heroes are heading back to the Pokemon Center for nighttime. However, once inside, Brock is going crazy for joy. You'd think it's his normal outburst, but no. Brock has realized that the little girl from the picture is her. Gengar returns to Ash, but with this revelation, Ash asks Gengar to take him to Banette, and he does so flying in his Dragonite. They eventually catch up to the Banette in the train and tell it that they found its trainer. When Ash brings it back, there's an emotional reunion between Joy and Banette, who apologize for abandoning it all those years ago as a doll. Even Ash can't help but to get teary-eyed. And with that, now it seems like the Banette will be working with Nurse Joy, as the next morning, Nurse Joy thanks our heroes, and our heroes say goodbye to the Banette in its Nurse Joy hat as the episode ends. As always, they're always being watched by Latias. This was a really fun, really sad episode. I like the multiple mysteries that layered this episode. First, it was what was this Pokemon causing havoc in the city. Then once they saw that it was a Banette, they had to try and figure out why it was stealing heart-shaped things. Then once they figured that out, they had to find its trainer. 3 layers of mystery into one episode, culminating in a tearful reunion. It was a wonderful episode and showed us part of the Pokemon world that we only really get explained in Pokedex entries, while giving character to a brand new Pokemon. I really enjoyed this episode, go ahead and check it out. The next episode is a Team Rocket Focus episode. The Pokemon that are in the Rocket HQ all return to them and they try to, with all their Pokemon, capture Pikachu. I can't wait to see all those Pokemon return. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 8 of Aim to be a Pokemon Master. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. In the comments, let me know your thoughts on this episode. You can follow me on Twitter at PdGaming, and that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.